4K. 4K. Can you notice the picture quality difference? I sure hope so. This is a new camera. About a week ago, I got in the Lumix S1. And I'm super excited to start putting it through its test. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I've been practicing with it for a week now. This was my most anticipated camera for myself. I've been wanting it since before they even announced it. Lumix/Panasonic has been my favorite camera that I've ever used, and I was just waiting for them to make a full frame camera that would be good for pictures and video, and it finally came out. I bought it, had it pre-ordered since day one, and it's finally come in. I've finally been able to start using it. Over the course of the next few weeks, I will be putting it through tests and through trials, trying to push it to its limits and see how good of a camera it actually is. I mean, I'm really digging it. I'm really having fun with it so far. Now, while the Lumix S1 is an amazing camera, it is a bit incomplete. It will not be a complete camera until about June or July when they release a firmware update to put in Vlog, which is the flat color profile with 10-bit 422 in it, so I can really get some good color grading and get the next level of professional looking footage out of it. It's going to be really nice. I'm really excited for that. One of the first tests I did want to put it through, however, was just showing off the in-camera color profiles that you have from getting it straight out the box. So we will have a new color profile in the future that will be more for professional grading, but they have a lot of really good color profiles just stuck in this camera from the moment you take it out. I'm really a fan of the natural color profiles that they've put in this camera, and I went out into the woods the other day in an attempt to show off some of them. While I was wandering through the woods looking for a good subject to test the color profiles on, I stumbled upon the most majestic beast you could imagine. I mean, just take a look at this footage. We're going to kick things off with a standard profile. And here we found a beautiful creature in the wilderness. One of the more primitive Neanderthals. Watch him as he learns how to interact with forest. Hugging trees, he cares about the land. He cares about his people. We're moving on to the vivid profile. These colors are a lot more punchy. As you can see, our Neanderthal is slapping away and punching away with his monkey fists. The colors nearly enrage him. How could anything be so vibrant? Oh. That's a bit too aggressive, sir. Oh. Well, we better switch off this profile. Now we have the natural profile. I prefer these colors. Not much can be said for our Neanderthal. He seems to be just as upset as he was in every previous profile. He yells to the gods in confusion. He eats an imaginary corn dog. Not sure why. Are you? It's okay, sir. We'll move on. This is our flat profile. Much easier to grade. The colors have nearly been sipped out of the camera completely. All of these are straight out of camera with no grading. And our Neanderthal is scratching away at the bark and rubbing his scent against the wood, hoping to attract a mate. He cries to the sky, hoping that one day she will come. He knows it. He knows it in his heart. And here we have the landscape profile. It really highlights the... Shut up, sir. It really highlights the grass and the colors. It's not quite as vivid was, and seems to be a bit more relaxing for the primitive amongst us. Get back in frame. Oh, have we spooked him? Oh, get back in frame. Come on, you fool. Back in frame. Yes, back to center frame. The trees in the rule of thirds, you stay center frame. Here we have our portrait profile. And our Neanderthal is beginning to tap away on the bark. Tapping away, playing the music of his people. So majestic. Is that Bach? or possibly Mozart, some Beethoven. I don't know how any of the mates will be able to resist this beautiful music. Let's listen closer. This is the monochrome profile, for those of you who don't want colors. And our Neanderthal is drawing a primitive cave drawing. This profile is really for people who want to go back to a more primitive time. Like our Neanderthal here, he's drawing the ways of his people. Etching in stories from the past. Not applying nearly enough pressure or using the right tools, making his drawings completely worthless. We're moving on to the L monochrome. Can't say much for this. It looks a bit darker. The blacks look a little more crushed. And our Neanderthal was mourning by banging the sticks against his head and against his stomach. He's banging away. Banging for you, banging for me, banging for all of us, really. The songs of his people, the stories that they tell. Thank you, sir. You majestic creature. This is the L monochrome D profile. It's hard to really tell a difference between these three. These are 3 gray profiles for people with gray hopes, gray dreams, and gray ambitions. Not much unlike our Neanderthal. He dances away, practicing his juggling. And what juggling it is. Certainly he won't drop it. I certainly hope. Oh, sir, please. My goodness. This is our Cine-like D profile. Probably the best, next to flat for grading. The colors are really pulled out, and you can really work with this in post. I can tell our Neanderthal was thinking of the days when he might grade the footage, and what an easy time he will have. Very blissful. He is hopeful of the future. Hopeful for the color grading to come. For this profile is the most flexible for artists and should be used for all professional use until we get something better. This is the Cine-like V profile, pretty much the opposite of Cine-like D. This is meant to be graded for you, so you don't have to do anything. You can focus on what you prefer to do, perhaps lesbian studies or interpretive dance. Whatever floats your boat, sir. Perhaps you'll make some little Tony's pizzas later. Perhaps you'll kiss the tree. And love her you do. Goodbye. Here we have the Like 709. I'm not sure what this is. About as unsure as our friend there in the woods. We're not sure. This is a profile where anything could happen, really. I've never seen it. I'm sure I'm misusing it. I'm sure. But you try doing it, sir. Do you even have the slightest clue what this might be? Or where your hair is gone? Why is it on your face and no longer on the top of your head? But don't feel bad, sir. We are all beautiful in our own way. I have the long hair with the long legs, and you have the no hair with the no legs. But we're all beautiful. Yes. Beautiful footage with a beautiful creature. I love him so much. I love him. I've graded none of this footage in the video. It's all shot in 4K, straight out the camera, edited on the timeline, exported to YouTube in the highest quality I could manage. The profile I'm using while just filming myself is the natural profile. It's kind of my favorite one, I think, out of all of them. Comment down below on which color profile was your favorite. Hit the like button if you like this video. If you want more hair in your future, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.